And welcome back to D-Backs on Deck. D-Backs Baseball back on 12 News tonight. We're taking you all the way up to first pitch at 6:40 against the Nationals. Joining us right now live are two guys the Valley fans know very, very well. Tony Womack, Steve Finley, of course, members of that 0-1 World Series winning team. Guys, welcome back to the ballpark. What's the feeling like? How's it going?
Good. Everything's good. I'm too old to play, so I'll let Fins handle it.
Yeah. Watching, you always think you can go back and play, face these guys. I look at these guys nowadays, I have no chance.
You mean center field's not calling your name?
Well, I could take 2 steps and pull a hamstring. That's about it.
Guys, obviously, when they bring you back, everyone brings up that team. What's it like to still remember it? People still honor it all these years later, and of course, the D-backs are celebrating the anniversary.
25 years.
Yeah.
We're blessed and honored to still be on this side of the world, and I miss my bros.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Steve, you miss them too?
Oh, everybody. Yeah, we keep a 0-1 team text chain, so we're always giving each other grief and everything else. So it's good to see these guys going back in the clubhouse. All the same guys are still there. I mean, that's just unheard of in baseball. Sure. All the clubhouse guys, everybody's still the same. So as I said, stepping back in here, the only thing that was different was the colors.
Yeah, that's true.
You were like, hey, that's my old locker. This is something all in there.
It's great to get back here and see everybody and celebrate this thing we did in 2001 that was fantastic for everybody.
Yes, as someone who grew up here in the Valley, I mean, just what you were able to do for the city and what it means even today is its special legacy is cemented. But when you come back to this ballpark and you think about that run and what it took to get there, what stands out to you?
Well, I think it's just, we had a team of veteran guys that year. And so many guys that had played in the teens and years in Major League Baseball that had never won a World Series. And so we were prepared to grind because we all wanted that so bad, not only for us, ourselves, the teammates, the city, everything. And so we all came together, and the 26th man of this stadium really made a difference for us in that postseason.
Yeah. Tony, how about yourself? What memories come to mind?
Everything.
That crucial Game 7 double, right?
Well, that's part of it. That's part of it. It's just, we all had our own niche about how to go about the game and win.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody had their role. We did it. There was no egos. We played. Whatever happens, and then it molded everybody to be not only on the team, but on the field, but off the field. We kind of stayed in the clubhouse. We did a lot of things together. So we were a big old family.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Listen, all right, since you got you two sitting here, Tony, tell me something about Steve. Steve, tell me something about Tony.
I told him earlier, but I'll bring it up, and nothing against the kid that was playing center field last night that the ball dropped. I said, Finn, you would have caught that ball easily, man. It's just, I learned, I first got traded here, I had to play right field, and that was my center fielder, and once he found out I could play right field, he started telling me, hey, I'm going to shift over to Gonzo's side because now you know how to play right field. For me,
it gave you a little bit more.
Well, no, it became a little easier because, I've been an infielder my whole career. So going and doing that because, Colangelo said this is what we needed, me on the spot. I can go to right field for us to win. Finn was like, all right, well, once you learn it, okay, now you've learned it. Now you go there. So this guy here, if you want to learn outfield, if you want to be something special, there he is.
The example.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
The example.
Yeah.
Steve, tell us about Tony here.
I mean, Tony was our dynamic leadoff hitter. I mean, I remember in Game 6, I got Pettit's pitches, and I called everybody in. I said, Tony, you got it out of the stretch. You got to get a hit to lead off the game, and he did. He got on base, and we just torched him. But Tony was always a guy that found a way to get that hit when we needed it. You talk about the hit in Game 7, the hit in Game 5 against the Cardinals.
Sure.
Correct.
We don't get there without that. Sure. So he was always that guy you wanted up in that moment when the game was on the line because he had this incredible focus. He could just get the job done.
Gonzo was saying every time he looked at Tony, he smiled.
Mm-hmm.
He just smiled.
Well, because I had to go all the way to left field to catch balls. Or I had to go all the way to left field to make sure.
That's because Gonzo wasn't moving, right? He knew you had his back.
He had 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the front, 2 steps to the back. Gonzo, I love you, brother.
You remember we used to yell when Gonzo would throw infield, right? Cambio!
Gonzo, we love you.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We love you,
I texted him. I told him we had you guys. He said the same thing. That's my brothers. I love them very much.
Yes.
I mean, listen, 50-plus home runs that year in 01?
57.
I MVP, right? Yeah. I mean, that dude did everything. And go fitting, yes, I got the hit to get us where we were in Game 7, but the man that was supposed to be there at the end, right?
At the right time.
At the right time.
What did you see through your eyes in that moment? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's easy because once I saw Joe Torre bring the guys halfway in, kind of I was like, you got to think about it. Mariano on lefties, he busted everybody. So all the hits were like bloop hits, if there were any, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like, bro, do what you do best here, right?
Yeah. He said he knew as soon as it left his bat, it was going to fall right over them.
Because again, once you bring us in, that's that little area. And plus, for me, and I always just say this, it's karma. I lost my dad that year, so my dad picked that ball off of Gonzo a little bit. Just threw it out there a little bit. So that, we're going to do this together, brother.
Steve, how about through your eyes? What do you remember seeing in that moment through all the madness?
Well, I remember just sitting there, after Council got hit, I was like, we got our guy at the plate, our MVP. This is it right here. And when they pulled the guys in, and understood why, because Rivera gives up bloopers, but he also gives up a lot of jam shot ground balls.
Right.
And you got to play the odds. You're never going to throw a guy out with a jam shot ground ball playing him back, but you can get back to maybe catch a short enough blooper. So they just played the odds and they lost. And so I don't know. It was the perfect blooper. And I told Gonzo, I go, we used to always say, somebody hit a blooper. Hey, man, that's a line drive in the books.
Correct.
I said, Gonzo, that will always be a blooper, just beyond the infield. They even painted the spot.
I know exactly where that spot is.
You know what they should, right? They should put a little marker out there.
Yeah.
In the field.
That's the only time we ever told Gonzo that's not a line drive.
That's not a line drive. And it's the best blooper in the history of the game for us.
It sounds like you guys could still hack it, or coach maybe a little bit, right?
Oh, we hack each other all the time. That's
We just
part of the
can't.
game.
We can't show you the group thread. We can't.
No,
Because I've heard Gonzo bring that up before, but we can't see it.
You will not see it
because we weren't on that team.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's us.
It's us.
It's us. It's the brotherhood.
Yes, absolutely. When you look out to this field, this team, have you been able to interact with some of this current roster, and what would be your message to them? And as some of these young guys are embarking on their MLB careers, just getting their starts.
It's a little different for me. I think these young kids just come in like I did. Just play.
Yeah.
Know your strength, play to your strength, and work on your weakness. That's the only advice
Simple.
I would give them because, I did it for a long time. I knew what my strength was, but the 75% was working on my weakness. The other 25, just make sure I'm strong in what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Just stop working on your strength. Work on your weakness so now there's really not a hole, or whether it be offense, defense, base running, whatever. Just work on your weakness to make you strong all the way around.
Yeah.
Steve, what about you when you look at this team?
I like the team. I like the way they play. They play the game hard. I love Perdomo. He's like one of my favorite players to watch on this team. Just the way he goes about his business.
So
he
exciting.
grinds out every bat. He puts the ball in play. He plays great defense. When I played, I did a thing. In my mind, I called it add-on. So it's a unique game where they're always looking for somebody cheaper and better than you to replace you.
Yes.
So if you're not continually getting better, then you're going to be gone. So every year, I had my skill subset. Now I need to add something on to improve my game. Add on, but also maintain that same skill set. So every year you're adding on. And as soon as you quit adding on, then you're probably gone.
I mean, you're hearing from a Gold Glover and an
Yeah,
All-Star.
yeah,
That's pretty good advice to take with you in your back pocket.
Steve, Tony, we got about 30 seconds left. Any message you want to say to D-back fans out the door?
Best fans. I remember the white towels waving.
Iconic.
It just couldn't hold us back going out of the dugout on the field. The best fans that year, best fans still love the Diamondback
The
fans.
walls seemed to shake then, Tony.
Oh, it's still shaking,
Yeah,
to be honest. I think what they did when they saw Rain to go to the bullpen in Game 7,
man.
that was we still getting them right now.
Yeah.
So the fans were, I know Seattle where they had the 12th man or whatever,
Sure.
but we had that in 01.
The 26 man. I like that. Tony Womack, Steve Finley, championship players for this team. What you meant to the city will not be forgotten. We're continuing to celebrate it here this season. And thank you for joining us on D-Backs on
My
Deck.
pleasure.
Thanks for having us on.